You probably knew I couldn't stay away from Polkadot for too long, but as I said in the previous announcements that when there are news to share, I will be sharing them. And so even though I am looking into other ecosystems as well, and not only into Polkadot, I will be covering Polkadot news on this channel, so it's not game over if that's what you think. But we're going to kick things off with Acala. We'll talk a bit about Moonbeam, we'll talk about Mangata in today's video as well, and finally we'll close it off with Bitcountry, who have just given us the development update, and there are some interesting stuff there as well, which I'm sure you're going to be excited about. So let's kick things off with Acala. Now, we did get some answer with regards to the AUSD pegging, and it's not the kind of answer that we're all hoping to get, unfortunately. I was expecting them to sort out the pegging issue on KuCoin, and if you watch this clip from Betty Chen, I'm not going to play it in today's video because it would just be too long. I have other stuff to cover as well in the video, and I don't want to bore you, but if you go to the Acala Network Twitter page and you didn't already see this, just watch basically from this area here from around 3rd minute and 10 seconds. So if you watch from here, you'll hear how basically Betty is saying that because of the market conditions, she's expecting the pegging to recover on its own, right? So the team are not going to pump money into AUSD on KuCoin to bring the pegging back, unfortunately. It did happen initially when they listed, but it's not going to happen now. Now, what does that mean? Well, there is a risk here. There is a risk, and the risk is that if there won't be enough volume for AUSD on KuCoin, it will get delisted. This is not FUD, this is reality, simply because KuCoin don't care. KuCoin have the ST label. If the ST label is there for a long period of time, I don't know what the limit is because nobody from the team seems to be answering us that question if you ask them, not even from the support team. But basically, if they're there for a certain period of time, they will be delisting the token or the coin, whatever it is, without any regard. And then you'll have to pay for a new listing. So the way things are going, and based on Betty's discussion here and announcement, it doesn't seem like the team have enough money to actually pump into AUSD and bring the pegging back. So because of that, I think that if it does get delisted, I'm not trying to FUD, I think it's going to be bad news for AUSD, simply because you're only going to be able to trade it on DEXs, as we can already at the moment, right, on a lot of the DEXs. So that's unfortunately the news that we were not hoping to see. I was hoping to hear good news about the pegging, because that's what I thought from the beginning, to be honest. But there were some internal conflicts as well at Acala, so I guess that probably had something to do with it as well. Some people were made redundant. So yeah, this is the situation that we're in, and also the market isn't helping, so that's another thing. So yeah, that's what it is. I didn't want to share this news, but you probably knew about it already, but just in case you didn't, that is the sad news with regards to AUSD. At least the blockchain is back, but the AUSD pegging is not. So we'll see what the team are going to do in the future, if they're going to do something about it, but it doesn't seem like it, so we just have to accept it. Now let's talk about Moonbeam here. So Moonbeam have some good news to share, and this is with regards to the first virtual event between the 10th and 11th of November, Illuminate 2022 by Moonbeam. Okay, so that brings this event brings the Moonbeam community together in a virtual Web3 conference to celebrate an active, booming ecosystem of projects building multi-chain apps. Moonbeam Illuminate. You can register and hop in if you want here on the Moonbeam Twitter page here. But the other thing that they've mentioned here is that 236, it wasn't actually Moonbeam that mentioned this, it was Downtown Moonbeam, but they just retweeted it. So 236 projects are on Moonbeam right now, and you can see a full list of them if you check out the thread with the latest ones, of course. So yeah, as you can see here, we've got was the MA Wallet, Dunkfest, or Mo Wallet, Dunkfest, Wormhole, Lunar Crush. I don't know any of these. These are all new, so I haven't heard of them before. They likely came from Ethereum, and they've heard of Moonbeam, so they've deployed there because it's so easy for Ethereum developers to just deploy to Moonbeam thanks to the EVM solution. So that's it from Moonbeam here. Not much more other than this upcoming virtual event, which should be interesting. So as you can see, Moonbeam are stepping into the metaverse. What I would have liked to see though is some kind of collaboration with Bitcountry, right? Because when I had Ray on my channel, the co-founder of Moonbeam, or the CEO of Moonbeam, he did say that they are in discussions with Bitcountry. So I was expecting maybe Bitcountry to create a metaverse for these guys to be able to hold conferences on there, right? But this is the situation. We don't know what's coming up. We don't know if they're going to do it eventually on Bitcountry as well. Maybe they're still waiting on some stuff. Maybe there were disagreements. Who knows, right? I don't know what happened there. I will try and find out though, and I'll likely cover it in a future video. It is a shame because, you know, Bitcountry is part of the ecosystem, and it would have been nice to see Moonbeam collaborate with them, right? And to stay in the ecosystem. But what can you do? Next, we got some good news for Imbue crowd loan contributors and also the ones that took part in the token sale. Mangata have just announced that Imbue is coming to Mangata X, their DEX. If you don't already know, the liquidity bootstrapping event starts on November 7th and will run for 3 days. Mangata X users and the Imbue community will be able to join the bootstrap by providing Imbue or MGX. So you can supply liquidity in either of these two coins. Now, Imbue is going to be a token when it's going to get listed on Mangata, simply because you have to teleport the Imbue coin over to Mangata's parachain, which means Imbue is going to be a token on Mangata, right? MGX is still going to be a coin because it is the native coin of the Mangata parachain. Okay, just to make that clear so you can understand the difference. I have mentioned this before, but just in case you didn't know. So if you are interested to take part in this, you can check out this blog post here on the Mangata Finance thread here, the Mangata Finance Twitter page. And finally, let's talk about Bitcountry. So we do have an announcement. This is 19 hours, posted 19 hours ago. It's the development update for November 2022. I'm not going to go through the whole article, but I will be talking about some important points here. The first one is regarding the first phase of the sale event, which was a rocking success. All of the raw land blocks sold out on the open market within seconds of being listed for a set price of 1,000 NIR each. In the second phase of the sale, they saw a flurry of bidding wars over a week to secure the land. Fans were not shy to bid until the final minutes, with all 10 raw land blocks successfully sold. The top premium price paid for the land was 4,000 NIR, which is 4x from the listing price. Now, me personally, I won't be getting one of those lands from the auctions because I'm waiting on Chaos Land. I have contributed a lot of Kusama to Bitcountry, so I'm waiting for a Chaos Land, but that does not make me a Metaverse owner, okay? If I create a Metaverse project, I can't actually take advantage of my Chaos Land because that's going to be part of the Chaos Land Metaverse project. So I'm just going to have land within that project, just like everyone else who contributed to the crowd loan and qualified for some units of land will have. So yeah, I'm waiting for that personally, but we'll see. We'll see if I'll eventually get a Metaverse as well on Bitcountry. That would be pretty cool to be able to build something there. Now, with regards to the deliverables. So what's coming? Estate staking. Okay, then campaign tool for each Metaverse project, Chaos Land distribution tool, non-custodial wallet with social login, XCM integration with parachains is being tested and is ready to go. So the reason why the Chaos Land distribution is happening in November is because I did tell you before that from the 18th of October, if we were to calculate to add 5 weeks to it, then it would take us to the end of November. So that's when we can expect the Chaos Land distribution to happen. XCM integration with parachains is being tested and is ready to go, which is bullish because what this means is that it is very likely that we're going to see the NIR coin and maybe the BIT token as well. I'm pretty sure the BIT token as well is likely going to get listed on all the DEXs that we know of, or at least some of the DEXs as well. What do we know of? We know of Mangata, we know of Karura, we know of Bifrost, we know of Parallel Heiko, and we also know of the XCM bridging to Moonbeam, or sorry, to Moonriver, because we are on Kusama, to Moonriver to have the XC NIR and XC BIT versions on Moonriver, which could then be traded on Zenlink perhaps. Zenlink is quite a big DEX. Like I'm a huge fan of Zenlink, and I could expect to see NIR and BIT trade on Zenlink, for example. So that's what we can expect in the coming month, which is awesome. Then new release with a truckload of improvements and new features in the Metaverse dimension. Raw land block versus land within a Metaverse. So they're talking about launching a Metaverse here. I'm not going to go through all of that. The center is the most important. We already knew that, but I will take a look at the stats and then I'll cover one more thing before I end this video. So looking at the stats here, 423 Metaverse projects were created by organic users without onboarding IP partners. 4.5 million, just over 4.5 million NIR have been staked, which is humongous. 1,267 NFTs traded with 78,208 NIR. 4,273 total NFTs minted. 368,000 bit burned. And 21 raw land blocks sold and 39 are in auctions. So that is huge. And this is just with regards to the Cenoform phase, which with Dot in Vietnam as well, because they will be attending that event. Let's go down and show you something else here, which is the last thing I want to talk about. They also held the Metaverse News session as well. If you want to follow them on YouTube, if you don't already follow them on YouTube, you can do that. I've also been interviewed by them as well 2 weeks ago, if you want to check that out. Let's go down here, and yeah, I wanted to talk about this guy here. So they've got a Web3 community partnership as well, which they've just announced with Crypto Gems Con. It's a Twitter page community that has 712,000 followers as a social media influencer in the crypto industry. A Crypto Gems Con metaverse will be used by its community to network and continue to grow its community online. So we can expect this to happen in November as well, because this is the November update. It's likely being built right now. This is how it looks right now. I'm expecting them to build it more. And he's going to bring his community here in this metaverse, and he's likely going to make an announcement on his Twitter page. He actually follows me. I didn't even know who this person is. So I just saw he follows me. I'm going to follow him as well, actually. And yeah, he's a whale, basically. 711,600 followers. That is a lot of people. But he's a partner of Binance, apparently. So it's great to see a Binance partner, because he's likely got links to or contacts with CZ. Because what this could mean, I'm not trying to speculate here, but there is a probability that if this person builds a metaverse and is a Binance partner, he's likely going to show this to someone at Binance. Look, guys, look what Bitcountry are doing. Would you consider listing them? So there is a probability now that you may see Near get listed on Binance eventually, because they have partnered with the Binance partner, and they're going to create a metaverse for him, which looks pretty damn cool. And he's going to bring his community there. So yeah, I'm definitely bullish on what's coming up with Bitcountry personally. But we'll see how things go. So November is going to be the big month for Bitcountry post-Halloween. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.